Aphelios, the rogue sitting in the dark corner. The kid sitting alone at lunch. One of those vampire children from South Park. You know who he is. He's the champion that took that complexity creep line and threw it out the window, being essentially 5 different champions wrapped in one, giving him essentially 18 abilities, 6 different passives, 1 for you and 1 for each of your gun, 5 different Qs, and different secondary effects depending on your offhand gun, your W to swap between guns, 1 alt, and 5 different secondary effects depending on your gun for your alt. Now, I fully admit, I might have taken a teensy peek at his guns before I went into the game just to get a feel, but that's not cheating because there were no rules established to start with. Now, before we even got into the game, I went for a pretty standard build. Fleet is my keystone, overhealed for all that healing that I never did, Bloodline for all that healing that I never did, and Cut Down for the tanks that didn't exist. Then we took Absolute Focus for that health that we never had, and Gathering Storm for the game that didn't last that long. I know, super useful runes, am I right? Now we do get into the game, we pick up Doran's Blade, because Cole is for tryhard pro players, and then we plan to go Boots, Storm Razor, Gale Force, and then any ADC item after that depending on what we feel like. Since we don't have a choice at level 1, we have our W. We walk out of Fountain spamming that W to make Aphelios jump. Do a flip! And he swaps between guns when he does so. Then, just like normal, you know, leash, then lane. We start the game with Calibrum, the sniper rifle, as our main gun, and Severum, the scythe pistol, as our offhand weapon. Now, this is always the case, so get used to it. However, what is not the case all the time is our J support immediately dying for being too aggressive. What a great start, am I right? Now, we're starting with Calibrum, so it's best to know what it does. This is our long-range weapon. It gives Aphelios an extra 100 range when it's equipped. And his Q is a long-range bolt that deals damage to the first thing hit and marks the target for a long-range auto-attack follow-up with your offhand weapon. But that doesn't really matter because I didn't hit a Q all game. Now, I'm loving this weapon because I feel like Caitlyn with that range and then realize, hey, I don't want to use this to farm, I want to use this to poke, so I swapped to Severum. I also need some health back from that level 1 blunder, but this is the Scythe Pistol. Pistol. Let me know in the comments below if you went into playing Aphelios Raw Dog or if you took a look at his abilities beforehand, and how did that go for you? Also subscribe if you liked it as well. This is the Scythe Pistol. This is technically a melee weapon, so kind of think of it like Thresh auto attack, except it heals you for a portion of the damage dealt, and if you have max HP, it gives you a shield. Now I keep swapping between the 2 guns, poking with the long range weapon and healing up with this pistol. Then there are some times where I use the Scythe Pistol's Q ability to go into floating T pose to attack quickly 6 times and alternate between the 2 weapons, so I get 3 attacks with Severum and 3 attacks with the other weapon that I have equipped. Now through this, both me and Jace are getting poked down pretty heavily, so the enemy team goes for a quick dive. I'm able to get an awesome kill on the Fizz with my amazing skills, but I'm also still trying to get a feel for Aphelios. Okay. Now once we're back playing Farming Simulator, we eventually run out of bullets with Calibrum and swap to Gravitum, the gravity cannon. And we also run out of bullets with Severum as well to get Infernum, the flamethrower. Now Gravitum's attacks slow the target by 30%, and if you get an attack in and you Q, they're rooted. Infernum deals AoE damage behind the target that you shoot at, and your Q is a flamethrower that deals damage in a cone in front of you. And we push in, I'm able to get 2 kills, and I'm actually getting really excited. Now the plays might not be groundbreaking, but I'm mostly understanding the abilities, cycling through them properly, and getting a mostly positive result. I'm working between different weapons, playing off the fact that they're both Qs are separate and cycling between the abilities. I'm in Aphelios things! Getting a Q auto, W, and then Q auto. I mean, I die for it, but it is still fine, but I come back to lane and die again. Now, I might not be doing a fantastic job. It might be because I'm new to Aphelios, but it also might be because my Jace keeps charging in and has died 4 times in 6 minutes. I don't know. I'm just saying, probably should have stopped trying to help him. But that's okay, because our Riven is actually pooping on their team, so we really just gotta try and not feed, although Jace is still not helping me with this. No! We play a bit more Farming Simulator and eventually run out of weapons and get Crescendium. Yeah, let's go with that one. Now, this gun has a lot of text that basically just says, when you get closer to something, your attacks are faster. He does deal bonus damage based on how many floating shuriken things you have around him.
Chakrams are accumulated by casting abilities with your other weapons. Auto attacks make them stay with him for 4.5 seconds. This cooldown is refreshed every time he auto attacks a champion. The stacks will go away after this time period or whenever you run out of ammo.
His Q will also deploy a turret that fires bullets from your offhand weapon. Now this will die in 2 autos, 2 abilities, or 1 turret shot, but will last 20 seconds if not activated. Alright, we get another kill from another dive. Then we continue to cycle through my weapons. However, I am using my whole brain to keep thinking of my weapon combos, what happens when I cast my abilities, what they do, how they synergize, how these combo with secondary effects. So much consideration is being put into what weapons I have that sometimes I just forget about my spacing as an ADC or even to cast my ult. I could have ulted at any time. I'm forgetting I have an ult. I'm focusing so much. I'm focusing so much on the actual, like... What is that? Damn. Oh, well, I guess he's fizzed. But really, we just play the game decently well. We get more kills. We kind of just try and stay alive, but Riven really takes most of the game under her wing. Oh my god! Aphelios has a lot going on, and I had a great time playing him, so I played him again, and again, and again. Each time feeling more confident and understanding more about what he can and can't do. He may be Riot's 200 years of game design experience, but he does make you feel big brain.
This is big brain time.
His combos are truly endless, and each combination of weapon really has a unique interactions with each other. Give him a try if you like very complex puzzles that you have to do with your feet while juggling knives. I give him the South Park emo kid out of 10. And that's it. We did it. We won the game. And if you enjoyed this video, check out Cassante as he star walks all over the rift. Talk to you later.